Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Chess for Everybody. Today I am bringing you a very crucial game of Magnus Carlsen and Vladislav Artemiev from the ongoing tournament Chessable Masters 2023. In the game we see how Magnus Carlsen beautifully handled the hanging pawns in the middle game and connect it to the end game. So without delay, let's start the game. Artemiev with white starts with the move knight to f3. Magnus played knight to f6. Now c4, g6, b3, the English opening, bishop g7, bishop b2, castle, g3, the double fianchetto by white, and b6, also the double fianchetto by Magnus Carlsen. Now bishop g2, bishop b7, castle, e6, knight to c3, and knight to a6. Magnus played knight to a6 in order to not interrupt this bishop, with the idea to play c5 d5. Now d4, d5, c takes d5, e takes d5, and rook to c1, occupying the semi-open file. Now queen to e7, connecting the rooks, e3, rook fd8, a3 in order to prevent knight to b4, and c5. Magnus strikes in the center. Now d takes c5, b cross c5 with the two hanging pawns. Now instead of d cross c, b cross c5, black can also play knight cross c5, and it is also equally good, but black has an isolated pawn here. But Magnus chooses to play b cross c5, which is known as the two hanging pawns middle game. Now generally in these kinds of positions black have slight edge in the middle game because it covers the center and so many squares, but black must get something out of it, otherwise these hanging pawns will be weakness in the end games. So white played knight to e2, strengthening the d4 square and also being flexible to play knight to f4 if needed. Rook a to c8, threatening to play c4, knight f4, developing the knight, and also in order to play rook e1, placing the queen on the same file as the queen. Now knight to c7 in order to play knight b5 or knight to e6, the general maneuver by black. Queen c2, attacking the c5 pawn. Now knight to e6, knight cross e6, queen cross e6. Now instead of queen cross e6, f cross e6 is also equally good, and play this move if you doesn't figure out how to resolve these hanging pawns. But Magnus chooses to play queen cross e6, and now black is threatening to play d4, taking advantage of this rook which is attacking the queen. Now rook f to e1, and now d4 is not possible, because if d4, then e takes d4, c takes d4, queen cross c8, bishop cross c8, rook cross e6, bishop cross e6, knight cross d4, and white is better. So that's why after queen cross e6, rook f1, black played a5, preventing b4. Now bishop to c3, attacking this a5 pawn, queen a6, defending the pawn and also threatening to play d4. So Artemiev played queen to e2, moving the queen away from these rooks and also threatening the exchange of the queens in order to attack this a5 pawn. Now queen takes e2, rook takes e2, and now white is threatening to take this a5 pawn, a4, bishop cross f6. Instead of bishop cross f6, simple b cross a4 is also equally good. Now bishop cross f6, bishop cross f6, b cross a4, and now white has successfully converted this into endgame, but black's pieces are more active and well placed. Here black played d4. Due to its well placed pieces, Magnus finally got the chance to play d4 and resolve the tension in the center. Now e takes d4, c takes d4, attacking the rook, and here Artemiev played rook to d1. And finally at the move 26 he did a mistake by playing passively. The best option instead of rook d1 was to play rook cross c8 followed by bishop cross c8, rook d2, and the position is equal. But after rook to d1, Magnus instantly found the best attacking move, attacking the a4 pawn. Now knight to e1, the second and the last mistake by Artemiev. Maybe it's because of the time pressure. Instead of knight to e1, the best option was to play rook d to d2 and the game goes on. But after knight to e1, black takes the a4 pawn with the tempo. Now rook d to d2, bishop b5, attacking the rook, an amazing move because after this rook e4, Magnus plays rook to c1, exploiting white's weak back rank, threatening to play d3 followed by bishop to c3. Now bishop to f1, attacking the bishop, and d3. Now bishop to c3 is the strong threat, rook to e3, and here Magnus plays bishop to d4, threatening to take the rook and also the knight, and white simply can't handle this position, so Artemiev resigned the game. So this is really a very good example of how to handle the hanging pawns in this middle game and connect it to the end game. Yeah, so that's all for this video. See you later.